Alright, I'm going to talk for a moment about the Libra point. Galactic center is galactic center. Opposes the Alpha and Omega, 29 Pisces, 0 Aries. When you come into reality, relation, you are hitting the Libra point because the self has to be divided from other in order to be understood, known, felt, to be. So I feel like that's where the Fool falls, anchored to the judgment of effect, how you affect reality with a backdrop of experiences that stand trial to your expression in this reality, to your life. But me saying that, that is a Capricorn, essentially. For it's a systemized expression. So the fall equinox on September 23rd, 2023. If you think about where we're at right now in reality, there's a lot of things going on, there's a lot of information, there's a lot of energies flowing, people moving towards a destination. Some people are aware of it, some people aren't. If you are ruled by the moon or Mercury, if you are ruled by Mars, if you identify a large aspect of your character, of who you are, if you identify that or attribute that to a traumatic experience or experiences or dynamics in your life, then this is a big transition for you. If you don't identify with any of those things, well, then this is an exercise in the power of belief. Every day is a new day. You can always put towards your optimal effort for what it is you seek in this reality within yourself. So during the transition into the fall, we have Mercury direct as of a few days ago. And we have Mars opposing Chiron. Mars at 17 degrees Libra, Chiron at 18 degrees of Aries. The experiences of life with which we have not had things go our way. In life's where experiences in life where we've been a victim. Sometimes we victimized ourselves, oftentimes it's others or the world. We have the moon sextiling Mercury that day.
Oh, is this fucking video? What is this? What's this? What do you mean? What do you mean? You paid? No. Yeah, I paid that. No, This is they really interrupt the live? Yeah. Oh, Jesus. Not live, just one that I'll have to edit it. Oh. We get some mega reference. Oh. Yeah, sure. Thanks.
I'd rather the Aries Capricorn moon. That's where I was. So the moon will be at 6 degrees Capricorn, making a sextile to Mercury in Virgo at 8 degrees. As the day progresses, the moon a little over a degree a day, or a little under a degree, an hour, I mean. So there's going to be a building understanding emotionally what we have been digesting, and as the moon progresses around the chart, we'll find the words, the meanings, the understanding of what those symbols were, what the experiences of the past actually were, because we aren't who we were when they happened. We've progressed. Now we find that there's a language between experience and where we are today, our knowledge. And it's through an acceptance, of our value. Doesn't mean that we are infallible or we haven't made mistakes. It means that though we've made mistakes, we've endured and we have corrected our path, course corrected. If we know there are things we have yet to do, then we have the power and the understanding that we can do them. Whether that be accepting that we ourselves, sometimes we're not the victim, sometimes we were the tyrant. Accepting that our pride, though it strengthened us, gave us a backbone, a will to move, it limited our ability to truly feel and see into what it was we were going through. And all this information, this is informing what it is we've been digesting with Mars and Venus the past few years. No, that's the relational dynamic, essentially. South Node now ruled by Libra, or Venus with Libra, which is a working expression of Taurus, a working transformative expression of Venus. Or it can be. It depends on where you're focused. If you're more of a Taurian nature, it's the working. If you're more of a Libra nature, then it's the beginning. And Taurus would be the transformation for you. Anyway, we're cultivating Venus, we're cultivating Mars. You can't cultivate one without the other. They are relational dynamics, yin and yang. So the mind, the womb, our individuality, our individual expression. How can we bring that expression into the Piscean dream and create a new reality out of what we're gaining through standing in what opposed our sense of value. Standing in that power without becoming what that was. Defeating your enemies without becoming who they are. Losing yourself in that war, that battle. Now the Libra point. Once the sun gets to 0 Aries, the Aries point, Mars will be at 28 degrees Aquarius. Venus will be coming into a balsamic phase conjunction with Saturn, 10-11 degrees Pisces. Sextiling into Jupiter in Taurus, direct. So we are through acknowledging our own power, our value, we're learning to embody that by bringing new spirit to form. And in that process, when you live in life, when you walk, whatever emotion you hold, you are expressing, you are exercising, you are progressing. Why do we laugh, cry, all these different emotions? Why do they flow through us? We have to express them, release them. They're living through us. To deepen the well of our emotional being, our feeling state, our spirit. And spirit is, you can look at it as if your body is the wood. Your motion is the air, your movement is the air, your desire is the air. And in that process you feed this fire, this emotional expression which nourishes your spirit and expresses what the spirit wants to express. When I was young, I learned, I'm still learning, but when I got upset, I released the tension right away. It wasn't always a good, beautiful, articulate way to express oneself. Smashing holes in wall, breaking things. It's kind of childish, you know. But it is, I don't give a shit who or what judges that unless they feel it, unless they know it, they don't know what it is. There's a lot of wisdom and knowledge to be gained through the felt presence of experience. And what I've learned in that process is when you have an emotion, you have to release it. Otherwise, it holds you, it binds you, it controls you. And every time you release it, you cultivate it, it matures, it becomes a different expression, a finer expression, a more optimized expression. Because you are becoming familiar with what it is and you're no longer repressing it, holding it down, ignoring it, you are becoming one with what it is. You honor it. And so with time, instead of punching holes in walls, you just think about it. You know, it becomes something that the wisdom is expressed through understanding the ignorance of the experience to give you the knowledge that it's not a good idea to punch holes in things, to break things, to explode, to react, but more of a response, a measured approach. And it sounds good, reads good on paper, but you don't know what it is until you feel it, and you can't control what that is, or you're repressing it. Anything you think you control is a repression until it becomes nature, second nature. It's easy to sound like you know what you're talking about when you're speaking about retrospective experience. But that's just what wisdom is. It's sharing what it is you've gone through in a way that other people can understand it without deviating from. We all have our own process. We all have to feel it our own ways, and there's many ways to express. So I guess that's what I wanted to say.